Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Barak Dash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shai. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, trying to put a spiritual bug in you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and your speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like for example, Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person, so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. And I got some videos lined up on the plagues the Lord bring it upon the whole earth, from droughts. Just one video about droughts and the rest about pestilence. But I'm going to play these videos. I'm going to get into the scripture my best ability, say whatever God say through the spirit and power. Yahweh Bashim Shah, the Holy Spirit, the Kurhak, Dash, Lord, will it be on me? Let's get it.
Reports are spreading quickly. The Euphrates River is filling again. Heavy rains and dams released from Turkey have sent waters downstream. At first glance, it seems the crisis is over. Cracked ground is now covered with water, and boats are once again floating. But here's the twist. Many experts say this is nothing unusual, just the seasonal rains, nothing more. So does it mean the Euphrates has truly stopped drying up? And if so, does that mean the Bible prophecy is false?
It was that damn high. And the Bible prophecy are true. All those other books, they're false. Every other book except for the Bible is false. But the Bible is true and it's real.
Many people are now saying the Euphrates River has come back to life. Yes, it is true.
Shit. Don't look like it's that lively.
The Euphrates has had a slight increase of waters since April 2026. You can see for yourself. This is the current state of the river. At the famous Anna Tower in Iraq, the water levels has risen only slightly compared to what it was 5 years ago in 2021. This situation is deeply alarming, even though Iraq, Syria, and Iran have recently received heavy rainfall. The Euphrates has not shown a significant increase. Much of the water has been captured by dams in Syria and lakes in Iran, leaving only a small flow reaching the Euphrates. Meanwhile, people continue to pump water from the rivers for irrigation and drinking needs. We all know what this means for the near future. Whether you believe it or not, climate experts predict that the summer of 2026 will be one of the hottest ever recorded in the Middle East. Temperatures are expected to soar far above normal, and the Euphrates River could lose water twice as fast as it gains from rainfalls or dam releases. Why? Because when the rainy season dumps too much water, the dry season that follows often turns even hotter. The extra waters evaporate quickly under the extreme heat, soils dry out faster, and the river shrink at a dangerous pace. So whilst the Euphrates may look revived today, the real test is coming. Will the river survive the scorching summer ahead? Or will it dry up faster than ever before? Only God knows.
And he's right about that.
Many local media
Only Yahweh knows, and his son, Yahweh Shah.
reported that rain has come.
Oh, here they go shooting out some fucking cloud seeding. Yeah, and they say, oh, cloud seeding is a conspiracy theory, but look, the Iranians are doing this shit. If they're doing it, you know America been doing this shit.
Back to the Middle East, since HARP was destroyed by Iran. They spread the idea that the country's drought was caused by HARP, a supposed weather control weapon. They claim that one HARP stopped, rain returned to Iran. But scientists are very clear this is not true. There is no
well, I guess the Iranians ain't doing this shit, but they might be.
Evident that HARP can control weather, and the rainfall pattern in Iran are explained by climate cycles, atmospheric condition, and regional dam management. But if you look in the Holy Scriptures, over 2,000 years ago, the book of Revelation foretold that the great river Euphrates would one.
And here we go right here. Revelation chapter 16 verse 12.
One day is dried up, prepare the way for the kings from the east to advance unhindered, a sign that the appointed time was drawing near. In another vision, John described 4 mighty angels bound at the Euphrates, restrained until the precise hour, day, month, and year when they will be released to bring.
Wait a minute, 4? Hold on. And man of the scorch, for great heat, and an abomination names. And the fifth angel poured out his, well, right here at the end, 12, it's talking about and the sixth angel. I don't know about no 4 angels, but the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And I saw 3 unclean spirits with frogs. Let's stop right there.
Judgment upon the earth, killing a third of humanity. These prophecies emphasize both certainty of God's plan and severity of the coming tribulation, reminding believers that if such events have not yet unfolded, it is only because the appointed time has not arrived. For scriptures insist that the word of God cannot fail. The Euphrates River is important in the Bible because it has always been a boundary of God's promises and a stage for great empires. And
this is a sign, and we had that. And check this out. Things start hyping up more around right after COVID 2020. Things start building up a whole lot more since 2020 came along. I think it was the begin. Well, the Lord been always at work, but I believe the Lord started speeding up the time a whole lot more since 2020, and it felt like 2020 was just yesterday, bruh. When I say yesterday, but I say last year, it was just last year. It's moving so time move fast because, but the Lord is making the time move fast for his people, the elect of Israel. But you ain't gonna hear this in any other book. No, only in the Bible, only in the King James version. I mean, it's other versions, but it's best to read the King James, 1611.
Eden to Abraham and from Babylon to Israel kingdom. In Revelation, its drying is a clear sign of the end time.
Shit, yeah. And we had that time, Lord speeding up time. This is clearly signs. And speaking of signs, and for like you Israelites, you don't know the time or all right, shut up, nigga. That's why we measure the time diligently. Matter of fact, let me read that. But you people just, oh my goodness, I hate people, bro. Oh, I don't want to go and rant about this, but fuck it, I might as well say it. It was one guy driving 30 miles per hour or less than 30 miles per hour on a 45, and I'm stuck behind him for about 5-10 minutes driving behind him. And then we came to a 4-way intersection in his residential area, and one car made a turn going the opposite direction. They made a turn, they made a right turn, and the car that's in front of me made a left turn after them. Well, they pretty much going on that same street. Those 2 cars went on that same street. And I was next up to get ready to make my move at the stop sign. And there was a Lexus that made their turn. This Lexus made their turn, made a right turn. And I plan on making a left turn going down that same street as that Lexus went. But after that Lexus made the turn, this fucking nigga woman immediately gassed the shit. She didn't even make it. There's a marker. Before you get to the stop sign, there'd be a marker. She didn't even make it to the marker. She was like a car length away from the marker. She didn't even stop. She just gassed it. I already made my turn. And I was about to make my turn. I had stopped because I was like, what the fuck you doing, bitch? It ain't your time to go. Fucking dumb nigga woman. So I went ahead and kept on turning. I didn't want to get hit by this stupid bitch. I was about to make my turn. But the bitch about to gas that shit. But anyway, I made my turn, making that left turn. The stupid bitch, as soon as I made it out of there, that bitch still sitting right there looking stupid. Yeah, she in the middle of the road looking fucking stupid as hell. She'll probably cuss. I'm like, bitch, you ain't had the right of way. But anyway, while I'm on my way on this road, I'm traveling on that road, I deal with one slow ass nigga that's driving 30-something miles per hour or less than 30-something miles per hour on a 45. Which makes no sense. Then I had to deal with this dumb bitch that didn't know when to fucking stop at the stop sign. She just gassed that shit immediately. And then I don't want to collide into me being in the wrong and being at the fault. It was gonna be her fault. Good thing I got a dash cam. But anyway, after that, I'm driving past, and it's a middle school, past the middle school, and right between the middle school and there's a high school. A fucking nigga with some goddamn God damn, this nigga wearing some fucking short shorts, leggies, looking like a bitch. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I didn't say I want what I want in the vehicle. I want to talk about some want to run that motherfucker over. I want to run that motherfucker over. I want to run off the road and run, boom. Fuck that motherfucker. But no, let me calm down. And shit, yeah, right, I'm gonna say that, man. I was like, this shit ain't fucking right, bro. I'm getting tired of this fucking world, bro. I am so fucking tired of it. I am so fucking tired of this goddamn world. I prayed about it and said, Lord, I hope, please kill these motherfuckers. Please do. And the Lord is, but the droughts, he's doing it with a whole lot of other things. Plagues and pestilence. This fucking nigga wearing some fucking... I'm like... I'm tired of this place. Anyway, 2 Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. How he answered me then and said, measure thou the times diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Yeah, I shouldn't have never said I shouldn't have ran. I was thinking about running that motherfucker over. I was like thinking about running that motherfucker over. But I wanted to run that motherfucker over so bad. I was like, God damn, this motherfucker here. This nigga hurt my eyeballs. Goodness gracious. I was like, man, my eyes are sore seeing that shit. I was like, motherfucker. Anyway, therefore, where there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Yeah, you got to measure the time diligently, man. You got to scope out what's going on, whatever the Lord is doing to this world. And even whatever the Lord is doing to this world is intensifying, guess what? And especially wickedness intensifying, getting more. Just like these motherfuckers driving too slow. It ain't wicked to drive slow, but these people are driving way too slow on the road. And they driving way too reckless. They can't even properly stop at a stop sign. They just want to hit the gas and go. Like a red sign means green. Once that car is out of their way, the first car out of their way, they just hit the gas and go. And shit. And then you seen a nigga wearing some goddamn leggy coochie cutters, goddamn some dick splitters. I was like, nigga, you man, I'm gonna run a motherfucker over. Anyway, but at the time, man, this shit getting built up. All this wickedness building up. The Lord's gonna bring judgment. The judgment building up. And you know what I was gonna say? If I die in the process, if the Lord tired of my ass, all I want is to know that this motherfucker coming to an end. And that's all I know. This shit coming to an end. But I hope I make it. I know I'm going on a rant. I can't help it. I'm just so vexed. I'm so tired of this fucking world and these people. I just be like, God damn, these people. And people justifying the shit. That's the worst thing. Dealing with people that justifying this shit. They need to die with these motherfuckers for real. Anyway, that's why amen. That's why be thankful and grateful you got this truth and seeing the signs the Lord is throwing on this place, boy. Because it's about to get crazy up here. Let me let the video play. I think I read enough. I'm going to stop right there. But yeah, man, measure the time diligently. You seeing this the end times, boy. Boy, it's the end times. I don't want to say boy, but say man, it's the end times. You better get with this truth before it's too late.
Showing that barriers will be
removed. Oh man, my speaker went out. Shit, I just realized it. I dust on my speakers. I gotta clean my table off.
So armies from the east can march toward the final battle. The river is always a place where 4 powerful angels are held until God's appointed time. When
4? It's probably been 6. I don't know what the hell they talking about. Well, anyway, it says the 6th angel. So where the hell you get 4 from? I don't know. It sound like AI, and they probably typed in 4 by accident. AI picked up saying 4. But hey man, Bible prophecies are happening. Better seek the Lord. Matter of fact, I said I was gonna get another scripture. Yeah, let me get this one too. Cause for like you Israelites, y'all talking about some you don't know the time of the hour. Well, goddamn, you definitely don't know the time of the hour. Shit, Matthew chapter 16 verse 3. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, so you can tell it's going to be cloudy because there's clouds. You can tell it's going to be raining when there's rain, storm clouds coming. But can ye not discern the signs of the times? Can you tell that we getting closer and closer to salvation or the Lord returning to render or lay down judgment? Well, there is judgment being laid down, but I mean when it comes to that ultimate judgment, that fire, that flaming judgment. No, they don't know. They don't know time. They don't know the mark of the beast is coming. I mean, we close to that mark of the beast, the new world, all that shit. Anyway, or the time that the Lord's about to bring an end to Esau's wicked rulership. They can't tell. But be thankful and grateful you can tell that we're close to it. We don't know the exact time, the day, but we know we're close to it. So keep your faith and your trust strong with your Yahweh Shema Shah. Let's get to the next video about some tick invasion in Canada. More plagues.
Welcome to Way of the Hunter 2 Early Access. Your journey begins at...
There are pesky neighbors to our south, posing an increasing risk to Canadians.
It's not like they're not going to come. We can't stop them. We can't just put a wall up.
Their invasion is well underway, spreading disease.
And they can carry diseases which we haven't seen here yet.
It's forcing Canada to shore up its defenses.
Forewarned is forearmed.
And that threat, advancing 50 kilometers a year, is smaller than your fingernail. Ticks. This is the Canadian Tick Research and Innovation Center, or CITRIC.
This is the first kind of facility in Canada.
A sort of defense command for ticks in Canada, if you will, based at Acadia University in Wolfville, Nova Scotia. Nicoletta Ferrione is the associate professor in charge of the pioneering research here.
I would say that people are very alarmed and very scared about the presence of and the transmission of tick-borne diseases. We don't have a vaccine for Lyme yet, although we know very well that ticks...
It's funny that they start working on a vaccine, or either they already have one, since this shit started blowing up. Then this shit is all planned out. How come they could have worked on something long time ago, knowing Lyme disease exists for, I don't know, a decade, a year, I don't know. Let me see how long Lyme disease exists. How long has Lyme disease existed? Shit, thousands of years. And they didn't even have a vaccine for that, a treatment, a cure for that. But they sure had got one real quick for that damn that COVID. Shit, yeah, they got one real quick for that COVID. And look what happened to them. Ain't nobody getting saved from that damn vaccine. People getting killed. But I ain't trying to say they should come out with a vaccine for fuck no. You can't trust these niggas, especially after they'll say the swine flu or the bird flu came around, or the swine flu, the NH1 something. But no, definitely the vaccines for the COVID. Can't trust these devils for shit. Damn right. Anyway, let me get back to the video.
Carry multiple...
Hell, you ain't gonna trust these motherfuckers? They have a vaccine for Lyme disease, nigga? Please.
pathogen. So a vaccine for Lyme won't be the best solution for protecting us from this. So we need
Anyway. And I don't think they're the only, I mean, Lyme disease is the only thing that ticks will carry. They'll carry all other shit too, right?
Really, don't be scared, be prepared, knowledge is important.
The black-legged tick, or deer tick, carries Lyme disease, but there are more than 40 other different types of ticks in Canada already. And then there are the troubling ticks to come. The Lone Star tick.
Oh, the ticks that come. Oh yeah, there's more ticks that's coming. They're arriving. Yeah.
Making inroads, and the Asian longhorn tick. Those last two have farmers in Nova Scotia concerned. The Asian longhorn tick can cause anemia in cattle. It can kill them.
They're coming whether we want them or not.
Beef farmer tick.
Yeah, they're genetically modified so they can kill off all the beef. So then, they have that Lone Star tick, and the Asian Lone Star tick can kill the beef or whatever cattle, and they can also keep people from not eating meat. There'll be allergic reaction to people eating meat. They can't eat it. Yeah, so guess what? That's pretty much some famine for your ass. And then you got to turn around eating Esau's fucking genetically modified garbage meat.
Jim Marsh in Poplar Grove, Nova Scotia, is ever vigilant for signs his cattle might be struggling, fearful he might lose one.
Well, you'd be a couple $1,000s right off the top, depending on the age of it. Is it a bred cow? Then you're losing two animals. It can be expensive in a hurry.
And if you still think ticks are little more than a nuisance, consider Patty O'Brien Carrier, an avid gardener in the nearby state of Maine. She was bitten by a Lone Star tick, then developed a severe meat allergy, which causes anaphylactic shock.
I get very itchy. My whole body itches, and I break out.
Hell, I remember I got itchy. But shit, I'm still eating meat. I pull that sucker out the right way.
And high.
But that shit will, yeah, you'll hive up.
And then my breath gets shorter and shorter to the point.
Well, that didn't happen to me, the breath part. It's just, I guess, when you got a little cardinal, a little brown cardinal, now cardinal's gonna be red. But yeah, man, that sucker there had me had my skin hiving up red in certain areas and itchy.
But I can't.
But I didn't have all them other symptoms.
I can't breathe because it's shutting off my airway. So you absolutely can't breathe, and then if you don't get help immediately, then you can drop dead. So.
At Citric, they plan to bring both the Asian longhorned and Lone Star ticks into this secure facility
We will enter here.
to study them and hopefully find a way to combat them.
Having them here, studying them, testing them, their
Yeah, they studying them, they damn genetically modifying them.
behavior, their response.
Their behavior. It got to study a tick. Moving real slow. Wow, I'm like, nigga, please, y'all studying the fucking viruses y'all implanting inside the damn tick. Shit.
And also looking at the type of pathogen that they carry can help us to be more prepared.
In the meantime, there are actually growing ticks we are already familiar
Huh? They're growing ticks?
with here, like the American dog tick, to study
Look at this, so they're growing ticks.
them too, feeding blood to the females using a kind of
So they're breeding ticks.
skin.
This chamber is inserted inside this where
ticks inside here.
yes, there are ticks where the blood it's basically flowing and the membrane is in direct contact with warm and fresh blood and ticks
simulating someone's skin.
exactly someone's skin and ticks will pierce through the membrane and they will be fed.
And eventually have babies. The female is laying eggs right now?
Yes. And this is the first eggs we're having.
So they're producing more, they're producing more ticks. They for studying, yeah, right. For production, then they can release them out to the wild and be free to suck on somebody and spread the disease that they genetically modified in their laboratory. Get the fuck out of here.
Happened to be there for the first birth to happen in the lab.
She's starting laying the eggs, so we have the eggs in here, and we're expecting to see at least 2,000 eggs laid by a single female.
Quickly.
Yes, a female can lay around 2,000 eggs.
How many females are out there?
A lot.
As futile as it might all seem, back on the farm, Tim Marsh does what he can. Ticks like to climb up on tall grass and branches in hopes of hitching a ride on humans or cattle, so Marsh is clearing his fence lines.
The ticks will be knee height in these plants, like these little structures. We're going to come through yet again with a brush cutter again and zip some of these fine things off.
There are some products farmers can use on their cattle, and companies and scientists are working together on more sprays to repel ticks on humans.
In terms of natural products, we have developed a fabric spray, which is also first of its kind because it's based on essential oils and is meant to be on fabric. There is also a new product that we hope to launch soon that is based
That's something to make money off of. Anyway, let's get to the next video. We in them last days. And there will be pestilence.
My friends, welcome. Bird flu has gone airborne. This according to a new study that came out last week, and that's being talked about in multiple media sources, including here from CIDRAP, novel sources of H5N1 transmission, as well as in Bloomberg. Bird flu may spread through the air on California dairy farms, according to a new study. Now this news comes...
Oh my goodness, now bird flu is in the fucking air. Well, you guys got to be them chemtrails. And they added some more stuff to this shit, right? They added some more poison to the damn... to the ingredients of the chemtrails. Shit.
Of course, as we are being relentlessly pummeled by news about the Hantavirus, including just yesterday experts warning that it's because of climate change destroying habitats and increased interaction between humans and animals that we're having this new Hanta problem. Of course, they're even blaming the original Patient Zero on a couple that went bird watching. So again, stay away from nature, stay in your smart...
And stay away from the dump sites, the landfills. Who the fuck gonna be near a landfill watching birds? Goodness, what the hell stupid shit is that?
cities. This is what I covered in my report yesterday. Hantavirus.
Yep, they blaming climate change. But you know, when it's climate change to be blamed, you know it's Esau. Man, Esau, Amalek is involved.
Blamed on climate change, which you can find on unshadowed.org. Now, the World Health Organization tried to calm people down, or pretended to, by saying, don't worry, hantavirus is not the next pandemic. This is a talking point.
Yeah, just wait.
That was then rapidly echoed across the surface of the Mockingbird media with remarkably similar talking points and language going out. It sort of begs the question, though, first, how do they know? And then second, if it's not hantavirus, what is the next pandemic? And that, we can listen to, of course, Robert Redfield, the former head of the CDC, who has for years been saying that bird flu is the real deal, that COVID was just a small pandemic, a warm-up run for the real thing, and then it will be airborne. He's made that prediction, in fact, over the years continuously, and even just last year in this 2025 interview.
It's not a question of if, it's more of a question of when. We will have a bird flu pandemic. 25
That nigga red as hell. Ooh-wee.
and 50% mortality. So it's going to be quite complicated. Scientists in 2012.
There's another thing they try to kill off: chickens. They try to kill the cows with ticks and chickens with the flu. And ticks too. But usually chickens, they usually eat them suckers, them ticks. But still, killing off all poultry, and not even just chickens, turkeys, because he's surrounded by turkeys, but just anything that's lawful food, trying to kill off. Anyway,
Actually did experiments in the lab.
And that's just going to lead to famine of bread.
Using gain-of-function research to gain a propensity to bind to the human receptor and then be able to go human to human. Something that obviously happened with COVID, where COVID obviously learned how to use the H2 receptor in humans and then, of course, became a very infectious virus.
Is it like COVID, where if you cough, someone else can get it? Is that how it spreads, or does it spread a different way?
No, it's likely to spread through aerosol and droplets is how it's going to eventually spread.
How it will actually spread.
Yeah, so somehow he knew eventually it would be airborne, and now that's come to pass. And also somehow Australia was on top of this when they ran in November of last year, 2025, Exercise Convergence, which tested crisis preparedness, catastrophic crisis preparedness, by simulating the scenario of fuel supply shortages, the transmission of highly pathogenic avian influenza, or H5N1 bird flu, to animals and humans, and then natural hazards, power outages, international repatriations, supply chain disruptions, and of course social unrest as a result of the rest of this. Now this is a list that seems remarkably prescient already, given that since Exercise Convergence, the Iran war started, an energy crisis started, and now Australia is already experiencing fuel shortages. So one has to wonder if the bird flu part of that is about to drop as well. And this is also a salient question when a viewer of mine who works at an Arkansas Walmart was responsible for receiving these pandemic-style cashier protections, these plexiglass things that go between the cashier and the customer.
This shit was planned out.
That came pre-affixed with a label here that says masks must be worn at all times. These pandemic preparations for Walmart.
Yes, they preparing this shit already.
Were unboxed and sort of tucked away in the back to be used at a future date for some unknown reason. So why is Walmart getting ready? Why is Robert Redfield continuously beating this drum? And why is Australia running drills about bird flu? Well, let's dig a little deeper. I'm Christian, and you can find me at unshadowed.org. And 4 years ago, I put out this report, Bird Flu, the Next Pandemic, which looks deeply into the history of gain-of-function research into H5N1, specifically Bill Gates funding this kind of research done by Professor Kawaoka, who succeeded at taking some of the traits from the Spanish flu, which killed millions of people, and grafting them into H5N1 to increase its pathogenicity. In other words, to make it worse, deadlier, more transmissible, and so forth. Professor Kawaoka succeeded at doing that and infamously put out a paper about how they were able to make a few gene changes and get ferrets to catch bird flu, which of course are a mammal.
Yeah, I remember when they were talking a whole lot about bird flu, they were saying dolphins were getting bird flu. How the hell dolphins able to get bird flu? And even, well, I don't know about penguins, but dolphins? Anyway.
People freaked out, they retracted the paper, and so forth. In the years since then, bird flu has, in the wild apparently, made its way into mammals. About 37 of them now, including it's been raging through dairy farms, as you can see here on the H5N1 tracker map, brought to you by Ginkgo Biosecurity. You can see that here. Ginkgo is a company, we've talked about them before, and we'll talk more about them, that was tasked by the CDC.
I ain't gonna play no more. Let's get to the next video. If you want to watch the rest of it, they go to title, they go to China.
My coworkers thought I'd get fired for eating these gummies. Funny how I became the most productive person in the office.
You can guarantee no American will catch this virus from these returning passengers. There are no guarantees in life. We're putting as many measures in place as possible to ensure that people are safe and healthy, and we keep the community safe and healthy as well.
In case it wasn't clear, he's talking about the Hantavirus. And speaking of that, 18 Americans are back on U.S. soil after being exposed to the Hantavirus on that cruise ship. 16 of them are in Nebraska and 2 are in Georgia. So I have a lot more to tell you about them, which I'm going to get to in a second. But there are also a lot of questions being raised about what's really going on and how the U.S. government is handling this.
And you know the funny thing about it? I don't know how much I played it. I don't even know what they're going to show. But I remember watching Canadian Prepper. And he wasn't really talking about shit. But, you know what? Let me see if I can find that video. Because the video, it came out like last night. I was just before I was going to sleep. Before I passed out, I was playing that video. And I was looking at this shit like, okay, we seen the same old protection gear. That white painter. The painter cleaning suits and outfit. That's that shit for use for cleaning or painting. But they're using that for biological, you know, for biological outbreaks and shit. No, you supposed to wear something that's about as thick and got different, you know, some different type of I don't know, say it's made out of plastic. It look like it's about as yellow as a rain jacket. But there's so many different colors of rain jacket. But it's like, that's not the right protection gear for dealing with viruses and such. Let me see. This is it right here.
The only human...
Let me go back. Yeah, because this is in Atlanta. To the Grady Hospital. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Now, we seen this before, but I didn't really take nothing serious about this shit because I didn't give a fuck about no COVID anyway. I looked at it like it's just bullshit.
This is your World War.
I'm not saying the Hantavirus is bullshit. I don't know what it's gonna be like. All I can say is stay prayed up. Yahweh Shema Rashado.
Free updates.
I mean, there will be pestilence regardless.
Something is seriously
even if you think this shit is fake.
Wrong with this picture. Can you see what's wrong with this picture?
Yeah, you see this guy ain't no protection gear. These people supposedly in protection gear, but not fully, like, they got a face shield. Like, what kind of shit is this? This is not believable, man.
Hantavirus patient with a human-to-human transmissible strain of a virus that kills 30 to 50% of people who catch it.
And this guy, this individual just came out of this truck, I guess. And look at him. He's opening or closing. He got his hands on the handle and he about to close his door up.
We're going to talk about what's wrong with this picture in just a moment. First, let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. Yes, indeed, even the most incredulous of analytically stunted geopolitical analysts are now acknowledging that the Iran war is about to reach any reprieve that was brokered by Vladimir Putin of what means nonsense, a lie, a scam, a hoax. Something could really go down and right in the section. This is the low-hanging etymological fruit right now. In Israeli slang, Hanta means nonsense, a lie, a scam, a hoax, something completely fake. It's a colloquial term used to dismiss.
Yeah, this whole world is like that. It's like we living in a Hunter world. It's not full of nonsense, lies, scam, hoax, and something completely fake.
This a story claimed as bogus or full of crap. You can't make this up, okay? Hanta in Hebrew, especially in the current geopolitical environment.
Yeah, but these gutter rats wearing small hats, they're in the news all the time.
With
their little bunch of fucking antics they doing.
Israel and Palestine, you know, could they have picked a different one if this is part of some grand ploy to lock us down and crash oil prices?
And bring out the chip implant, the mark of the beast. Yeah, it could be, but I hope it is. Shit.
Well,
I hope it comes fast.
Something doesn't make sense. This is a 30 to 50% fatality virus that typically, if something like this was being studied in a lab, it would be a level 4 lab, maybe biosafety level 3, which in the very least consists of a level B hazmat suit like this, okay? Maybe not a positive pressure, but typically that would still be the case. Look, 30 to 50%, you're wearing a positive pressure suit with a self-contained breathing apparatus that you are going to decontaminate every time you come in and out of a region that might have this virus. These guys are...
Yeah, they're wearing cleaner suits or painting suits. No, they about to damn go and paint a wall or some shit. Or clean some attic or something.
Around the world, not just in the United States. This is in Atlanta, home of the CDC, Center for Disease.
And they taking this shit to, I guess this is Grady Hospital. But you taking something that's supposedly deadly, a deadly virus, into a hospital filled with people and that's got broken bones or got a weak heart, that's getting surgery. All that, you need to take their ass somewhere else, not at a fucking public hospital. What the fuck?
Control.
Goddamn Grady.
Now remember, like, these guys are wearing painter suits. This guy doesn't even have a suit, he just has a mask. 30 to 50% communicability. Now, either this is nothing, and I know that's going to be people's...
And it could be nothing, but I don't know. Anyway, let me get to this woman video, get back to her.
Of course, this is also giving a lot of people some COVID-19 flashbacks, so I'm going to get into all of that in this video. It is a long one, because today we got...
Me playing these videos is pretty much the point. The ultimate reason why I'm playing these videos is to show you we at them times, proving it to you. And plus, this is about the chip implant. I didn't know how the best way to say it, so I just get straight to the point and say this is about the chip implants, the mark of the beast. Because this devil gonna use this damn virus and whatever other reasons the polycrisis is gonna pop off, and he gonna make up so many reasons. There's gonna be so many reasons why you gotta have the chip implant, the mark of the beast, implemented.
A lot of new information. So let's start with this.
It ain't gonna just be for one reason. It's gonna be multiple reasons.
Officials from the U.S. Health and Human Services Department, CDC, and the National Quarantine Center in Nebraska addressed the media about hantavirus, and then separately, President Trump and HHS Secretary RFK Jr. also talked about it. First, officials with Health and Human Services reiterated the Trump administration position that in the United States, this hantavirus issue is under control.
Let me be crystal clear. The risk of hantavirus to the general public remains very, very low. The Andes...
I mean, it's just begun. But see, wait like a week or 2 weeks going into the reports say that more people are catching symptoms. More reports say that people are catching more symptoms. The reports say people are catching more symptoms. So many of them. Uh-oh. Shit. Whatever.
Variant of this virus does not spread easily, and it requires prolonged close contact with someone who is already symptomatic.
So what's considered close contact?
Typically, we're talking about exposure specifically to bodily fluids, and that could include things like saliva. So if you're sharing eating utensils...
that would have been the same for COVID, but then remember when COVID came around? They talking about this motherfucker here. You talking and spit shoots out your mouth like a super soaker. Your goddamn, every time you open up a mouth, spit and splatter comes out of your damn mouth like it's super soaker. You know what I'm saying? It just shoots out like 50 feet. You remember how super soakers, they used to advertise 50 feet? They shoot out that long or that far? Yeah. If you sneeze, your goddamn, whoo, that shoots out like fucking, like a shotgun. Bird shots coming out of their goddamn nostril or out of your mouth when you sneeze. Yeah. They're telling you all kind of ridiculous shit on how the COVID spread. Anyway,
kissing, touching, those type of things. It can also mean just being really, really close to that person for a fairly long period of time. So we're calling that 6 feet for at least a cumulative number of...
6 feet. Here we go again with that shit.
15 minutes. I want to be clear. There's nothing magical about 6 feet. It's not a force field, but it's a rough number.
But if you say it 3 times, then yeah.
Gives us a sense of how close somebody has been. 15 minutes, again, it's a bit arbitrary, but it again gives some sense of how close someone has been.
Now, about those questions being raised about the U.S. government's handling of this virus. Some medical experts say the U.S. government isn't being aggressive enough when it comes to hantavirus, and others are questioning...
And you seen a damn picture of that shit, or that footage, where they were handling that patient, where that Canadian prepper was showing, how they handle the patient. They all were wearing... What the fuck were they wearing? Like paper shit. The masks were made out of N95 or N99. I don't know, but it wasn't like that motherfucker was in a enclosed bubble and shit. Hell nah, he was just in some shit like they about to go and paint a damn wall.
Why it took the U.S. government so long to issue a hantavirus alert in the U.S. days after the World Health Organization issued their alert. That is a criticism the Trump administration says is irrelevant.
We have this under control and we're not worried about it.
But the CDC took 4 days after the WHO issued its, alert. Why was it? Why did it take the US 4 days to issue an alert?
It's not true. As soon as we determined that the virus was out there, we issued an alert. The alert means nothing because all the people...
I saw the alert. Give me a minute. They acted very, very quickly.
Okay, now let's talk about these 18 people who were repatriated today, and all about those other people who we know were on that cruise ship but were already allowed to go home. What's up with all of them? Well, according to the University of Nebraska, which is the home of the National Quarantine Center, 16 travelers are under hantavirus observation. They range in age from late 20s to early 80s. One is being held in the biocontainment center. That person tested both positive and negative for hantavirus, but that test was taken outside the United States, and doctors at the center say today that person is not showing symptoms. The other 15 are in the quarantine center in Nebraska, which is a facility for people who may have been exposed to hantavirus but are not showing symptoms of the virus. In fact, one of them is Jake Rosemond. He posted this selfie in his quarantine room just a few hours ago from the National Quarantine Center in Nebraska. He said he is feeling well. The other two people who were repatriated to the U.S. were traveling together, and they are now being treated at Emory University in Atlanta. One of them is showing symptoms of hantavirus and is being held in Emory's biocontainment unit. The other is under quarantine. HHS and CDC say there is an up to 42-day incubation period for the ND strain of the hantavirus, which is what we're talking about here. Doctors say that 42-day clock starts after the last exposure with someone who is showing symptoms or after someone has been in close contact with someone else who has the disease. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, are these 18 people going to stay in that quarantine center in Nebraska or Atlanta for those 42 days? Not necessarily. Government officials said it is their choice if they want to leave the quarantine center and go home to quarantine, but there are some caveats to that.
There's going to be an individualized decision plan for them to determine if it makes more sense for them to complete their 42-day monitoring period at home. Then there's going to be a couple of things that go into that decision. First and foremost, do they remain symptom-free? But then also, do they have all the structures and support to be able to continue that period at home, making sure that they can be able to isolate in a separate part of structure from anybody else, make sure that they can contact their health department, get tested if necessary, if they develop symptoms, or if they need a higher level of medical care, that's available to them. So there's a range of structures that need to be in place before anyone would be transferred to their home, and that would be done in close coordination with the health department in the states that would be receiving them.
Ultimately, though, will it be their decision?
Yes, we want to do this in the least restrictive way possible that is still safe, that protects the health and safety of both the passengers and their communities.
But what about all those other people who we know were on that ship and are already back at home? The U.S. government says they know exactly who they are.
There's been contact made with all of those passengers.
And guess what? Are they being restricted to go traveling? Are they just gonna track and trace them? Wherever they doing or wherever they going, are they gonna track and trace them?
Who returned? The state health departments have been monitoring them.
Remember back then they were talking about COVID is found in the wastewater? I was just thinking about that shit. I'm like, in the wastewater. In boo-boo. What the fuck COVID doing? No, who gives a fuck? There's a whole lot of shit in that damn shitty ass water. COVID is least of the worries. As long as y'all filtering and cleaning that shit and treating that damn water. But then they're gonna say hantavirus inside the water next. Anyway.
Daily basis, including
yeah, when they start pulling the fear factor, they boosting up the fear levels up to maximum. I don't know if it's gonna be the thing, but hopefully it is. But they gonna be pushing, saying everything about this damn virus. And there's so much going on out there. They talking about bringing back bird flu, Lyme disease. Anyway, I'm getting tired. I don't want to play this shit no more. If you want to watch the rest of it, be my guest. They go to title up, they go to channel. I got two more videos. Actually, yeah, 2 more videos I'm gonna play. Matter of fact, I'll let this keep playing. No, I'll take that back. I only got like a couple minutes left.
Symptoms and temperature checks. They have plans in place to make sure that they can isolate effectively in their homes should they develop symptoms. If they are
isolated at their homes, but they can't go to work. Yeah, they can't go to work. They can't go to the grocery store. And then shit, they got to stay there. Ain't nobody watching them. So guess what they gonna do? Fucking go. Are they gonna go and do what they do, and that's what they want them to do. If there's really is a virus and these people are really infected with this shit, that's what these niggas want them to do. Keep on traveling. The government ain't gonna pay these folks bills. Fuck no. They rather give a baby dick sucker some money than give you somebody who could be possibly infected by a deadly virus and shit. They won't be able to pay their bills because they on a quarantine and shit. Anyway, let me get back to the video. I'm just talking a lot.
Developing symptoms, they have ways to get tested safely and to make sure that they're not going to spread it to others.
Can't go to work, none of that shit.
of you who are having COVID-19 flashbacks, I just want to point out one major difference here. COVID-19 was a novel virus, meaning it was brand new. We had never seen it before, so health officials were sort of flying.
Never seen it before COVID-19 or COVID. Hell, they had COVID printed on their damn Lysol can for about damn near a damn fucking decade before all this shit came out. Heck yeah. Let me see. There was a picture. I remember brothers did a video about that. About somebody had an old Lysol can, and on that old Lysol can that was purchased back in 2008 or 9, they had COVID on that motherfucker. They're talking about all the viruses that the Lysol kills. It had COVID on it. Let me see. Old Lysol can kills COVID. No, not old. Well, hold on. I don't even know how to say it. Yes, old cans of Lysol can kill cans of COVID. No Clorox. Didn't already know. Yeah, here you go. I think that's it. No Clorox and Lysol didn't already know about new COVID virus. Whatever. I don't know if this is what they're talking about. What I'm talking about. Yeah, they knew. These motherfuckers. They had this shit printed on it before. On them old bottles of Lysol.
I'm blind.
They probably did have it on the old bottles of Clorox. Yeah, bleach.
Especially at the beginning when it came to how COVID-19 was contracted and how it was spread. But the Andes strain of the Hantavirus is very different.
I want to emphasize this.
Some people saying some damn vaccine shots that's the Hantavirus in it. And they just now allowing the shit to get activated or something. I don't know.
This is not a brand new virus. This is a virus, even though it's new to many of us, it is a virus that has been known for decades now, and there's been outbreaks that have been dealt with in other countries, and even here in the United States. This is not the first time we've had Andes virus in the United States before.
Now, at the beginning of this video, you heard that official from Health and Human Services say there are no guarantees that this Hantavirus won't spread to the community, but that the Trump administration is going to do whatever they can to prevent that from happening. President Trump today said...
Yeah, well, whatever, man. This nigga say he's stopping all the wars. This nigga say he's gonna crush damn inflation. This nigga said that everybody gonna get a fucking check. Shit, I ain't see that check yet. I damn sure them prices on that the food's still high as hell. And the war still must go on. These niggas making more money off that shit.
Be fine.
I hope it's fine. All I can do is everything that a president can do, which is some.
Everything a president can do is lie, cheat, steal, drink baby blood, and do things, sexual things to little kids, and you know, being a proud ass nigger.
It's actually somewhat limited, but
that's all a president can do. President of the United States of Amalek.
Seems like it is not easy to spread. In fact, it's in certain ways very hard to spread. It's been we've lived with it for years, many years. And we think we're in very good shape. We're very careful.
So if you want to read more about the symptoms of Hantavirus or how to reduce your risk of exposure, I'm going to email all that information out to you tonight in my Fax HQ email.
Alright, next video.
We're not just a story.
Oh no, not this nigga again. No, not this faggot. Oh, this nigga sound like he gotta change his tampon. He's like, I gotta change.
We're not just headlines. We're people. People with families, with lives, with people waiting for us at home.
I haven't seen a fake cry this good since Erica Kirk. So, you remember this? You remember the WHO declares monkeypox spread of a global health emergency? Remember that?
Yes.
Remember why the latest bird flu case has experts worried about a potential pandemic? You remember that? And remember COVID had an infection fatality rate, meaning it was only killed 0.04% of the people. They were telling you it was killing everybody. Is Hantavirus the next COVID? Is the U.S. response on point? An outbreak update. Here's another one from Esquire. I really hope this deadly virus doesn't reach America or we're doomed. Surely we can't rely on Secretary Roadkill to protect it. So they're doing it again. They're doing it again. And guess what?
Are the people gonna fall for this shit again? I'd be damned if they do. But hey, man, I hope this shit does. People do fall for the shit. I hope they do fall for it. I hope they actually just go ahead and lock this bitch down. For whatever reasons, from a virus or energy, energy rationing, lock it down. Lock it down. Lock it down, motherfucker. Lock it down. Lock it down, please. I'm tired of this fucking place. Man, and these people, shut their ass up. And it's ultimately the Lord is going to shut these people up. He's going to humble these people down like, Lord, humble them down, please.
Here's Pierre Corey, who treats me and my vaccine injury, a leader in his field for his whole life. And then,
So he had got the vaccine. He got fucked up from it.
and then he told the truth about COVID, and they discredited him. Dr. Pierre Corey exposes the massive media anomaly. Watch this.
What actually kind of intrigued me more, and tell you about what you said, is a colleague told me that there was like 100,000 articles written around the world on Hantavirus in the last couple of days, and that's not typical for a Hantavirus outbreak. Certainly there's always attention and people get scared, but like that's the other thing with COVID. It was COVID 24/7. And then when you said in your intro about how it seems to be driven by influencers, I'm sorry if I'm getting too like I don't know. I actually never want to use the word tin hat because I'm not a tin hat, but these patterns are anomalous. Why, with just this little outbreak of a few cases, suddenly like it's consuming the world's media cycle? Like, for instance, I'm on talking about it today. It's because it's being driven by something.
When he says there was 100,000 articles worldwide, come on, that's an exaggeration. So I asked Grok. Grok said, yeah, tens of thousands of articles. Tens of thousands. Wire services, AP, Reuters, AFP get republished or adapted by thousands of local national papers in affected countries. Non-English coverage in Spanish, Dutch, French, German, Portuguese, multiplies the volume significantly. Not literally every newspaper on earth, but most of them. The WHO, CDC, ECDC alerts made this a must-cover story for most major and mid-tier outlets. And guess what? It's not contagious.
Abraham Lincoln united a nation that was deeply divided. He gave his life as a martyr for the...
That nigga was a faggot. A goddamn lying-ass Edomite.
Robert Merlot.
Fucking line abolished slavery. That slavery was just translate. It was changed over to private ownership to public. No, from public to private. Pretty much, so-called slaves became state property or some shit. Anyway,
who got everything right about the COVID?
And pretty much everybody's a fucking slave to some degree. Well, to some degree, everybody was pretty much state property. But when it comes to you Israelites, oh no. I mean, basically, slavery never ended for us.
Narrative, everything. He says this. By the way, he's the guy who invented the mRNA platform and then disavowed it. Why? Because it couldn't be used safely. He didn't invent the COVID vax, but he invented the platform that COVID... He owns several patents on vaccines. And he said this. Your odds of being struck by lightning are more than 7 times greater than getting Hantavirus in the United States. About 250 people get struck by lightning each year. There are about 35 cases per year of Hantavirus in the USA, with about 12 deaths per year on average. Obviously, Hantavirus shouldn't be a big concern for the vast majority of Americans.
Jimmy, I got a question. Okay, so that's what I thought. But you keep hearing that there's the Andes variant that can spread. Is that made up? I would hope that it is, but is that made up? I think Jenna just had it.
You go ask Grok right now.
Well, you have to give Grok you got to write a whole fake personality. Oh, you know what? I have done that. You got to give it a whole personality where it doesn't try to lie to you.
I mean, Hantavirus is so serious, Kurt. I'm surprised that nurses aren't rehearsing dance routines right now.
Yeah.
That's how I mark if it's going to be serious.
If it's serious,
the nurses doing
our nurses doing intricate hours of rehearsal for complicated dance routines in empty hospitals.
Well, the hospital's backed up because
remember that, the empty hospitals. Yeah, there was so many empty hospitals. Somebody exposing all this shit, showing it the damn. I was like, God damn. If it's so deadly, people coming rushing into the hospital. Where are they at? Where are the people?
Dancing around like idiots.
This guy says it. He's very fun. This guy says it fun. He is the Daddy Twins. He got it. Let's watch.
This Hantavirus is no joke. It's coming. You better prepare. Doctors and nurses have been seen all over America practicing their dance moves.
And oh yeah, another thing, they can use the hell out of AI generated shit and make it look like it's so deadly. There's so many people packed up in a damn hospital. They're goddamn sitting on top of each other or going through each other. Some of them got 6 fingers. Goddamn, Hantavirus made them mutate 6 fingers. Or 7. Shit.
getting in coordination, step by step. If you're a doctor or a nurse, don't deny this. Get out there and start practicing your synchronized dancing. That's when America will know how serious this is. If you're a doctor or a nurse out there, you need to get serious about these dance moves right now. Stop what you're doing, get busy. This is serious. And if you know anything about word origins, you know Hanta, the word comes from scam, nonsense, and bullshit in Hebrew. Be careful. It's getting deadly out there and people are scared. So remember, if you're a doctor out there, do your responsibility and start learning line dancing today because it could save a life.
So Croc told me using my professor.
What did Croc tell you?
Hold on, man. What the hell?
All right. The hype is the lie. Media and WHO scream outbreak. Wait, hold on. Media and WHO scream outbreak, cruise ship cluster, global monitoring, pandemic potential. Bullshit. This virus and its rare human-to-human transition have been in the literature for decades, first confirmed in 1996 in Chile. It's not new, not efficient, not a variant in the mutant super spreader sense. It's the known strain. Same fear playbook as early COVID or climate models. Take a real but containable thing and amplify it for headlines. Now, I had to tell Grok to be a guy named Dr. Science who doesn't try to give me consensus but just tells me the blunt truth about facts that he looks up without any balance, because he'll tell you, well, it's not a complete lie unless you create that's what Grok does.
We'll be right back with more of this story after a brief message from our... Horses still shared the streets with cars. She lived through 2 world wars at her brains. This was tweeted out by Tony Tomahawk.
Yeah, this Ted Turner. Yeah, they all about goddamn George. They all about, man, nothing but Edomites. Shit. Bill Gates Sr. Yep. And Fauci. They all about depopulation.
I love his steaks. Just so you know the world we're living in. Just so you know.
The world we're living in is ruled by wicked-ass rulers. Biblically known as Edomites, so-called white people. But they're not white, they're red, and they're baby dick-sucking Jewish faggot niggers. Amalek.
Here's Anthony Fauci. Here's Ted Turner. Here's Bill Gates Sr. Here's Tom Brokaw. And here's George Soros. Just
Tom Brokaw. He's a damn news person.
You're not supposed to look at history, I know. And what this means is urging rodents to wear masks to help flatten the curve.
Jimmy, I missed something here. So then Dr. Science went on to tell me about the cruise ship. It equals a perfect contained test case for travel networks. The big floating petri dish to test your new virus on.
Uh-huh. And of all the people on that ship, which got thousands of people on it, 3 people got Hantavirus, according to them.
Same as ET climate warnings or IPCC models, documented facts twisted into urgent crisis to justify surveillance, restrictions, and fear. Public risk remains extremely low, no lockdown threat. And Hantavirus has never needed a vaccine.
Ever. There's no, but they got one. They're working on a Hantavirus vaccine. They got one.
We'll get it.
And Lyme disease, and of this, and of that, and of this, and of that, and of that, and this, whole bunch of shit.
CNN, as we showed,
they got new boosters, and new boosters for COVID too. So don't forget about the COVIDs.
You last Friday is already talking about lockdowns. They want them. Because the more people are locked down, the more people watch TV, the more people watch CNN.
Jimmy, it'll be interesting to see which of your Hollywood friends that you're always sad about not talking to you. I feel you're lucky personally, but which of them are going to, with Hantavirus, do the same lie again about whatever restrictions or mandatory vaccine? Because many of them,
Hollywood will immediately require anybody on a set or wants to audition or anything to wear a mask and get a vaccine. Go ahead.
But wait, so imagine the people who already got injured, or they know someone close to them who got injured,
vaccine injured from COVID,
and they kept their trap shut because there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them.
I can't tell you how many comedians come up to me after my set in Hollywood when I go on stage in Hollywood, and when I come off and they whisper to me, I got vaccine injured. And they don't want to tell anybody.
Let's see what they do now. I'm curious to know, because I know personally there's a bunch of people who, for some reason, wouldn't dare, even now, when it's almost the end of the world, wouldn't bring up how that...
Yeah.
It's fake. Because they're that sad and want to live in 2012 Obama land. But I want to see how they react.
Shit, worse than Obama land. It goddamn Trump land. This bitch is collapsing. It's just like Trump. He'll willing to allow this country to fall to fucking pieces, but not. He don't want to be exposed as a pedophile. He don't want the whole world, but the whole world knows this shit. But he don't want more evidence coming out. But he'll be such a bitch to just go ahead and let this country just go to shit. Oh, well, that's fine with me. I don't care. But that's just using it as an example.
Because if you fall for it again, I mean, I have to side with the elites on that one. Like, you deserve it.
Yeah, you deserve it, and you fucking stupid as hell.
I don't know what else to say. If you can fall for that again,
It's the Hantavirus is all the rage, and it's a psyop, just like COVID was. And as Thomas Massey said when he came on the show, this is an IQ test. Just like COVID, just like the COVID vax, just like the lockdowns and masks, and the virus came from a pangolin at a wet mark. This is an IQ test. Just like when they said ivermectin, which is a wonder drug, was some kind of poison. This is an IQ test. So watch this. Watch this. So this guy was a big guy on social media telling people to get their boosters. The same man who aggressively pushed the COVID vaccines is now the one standing on the Hantavirus cruise ship. No kidding?
Damn, really? I didn't know he was that guy that was, talking about getting vaccine shots. Like he was a fucking a spokesman promoting vaccine shots for COVID. I didn't know that. Oh, well.
Reading from a script. Oh, and he did an internship in Jerusalem.
Oh, at least Saints should get an evangelist for we're not ignorant of his devices.
Same players, different virus. You still think it's random? Let's watch.
Let's get vaccinated.
So this is him pushing the vaccine for COVID.
Let's get vaccinated. Gorgeous vaccinated girls.
That nigga still sound like a faggot.
Get boosted.
Get boosted. Get them boosters, guys. Get them boosters.
And gorgeous boosted girls.
Gorgeous booster girls. Get them boosters.
Get boosted again.
And again.
If you're eligible.
What the
Commander, welcome back. The station has been waiting. Let me show you around. This is the mech.
That's him. And now let's watch him on the cruise ship.
I normally wouldn't make a video like this, but I feel like I need to say something, so I wrote a few things down. I am currently on board the MV Hantavirus, and what's happening right now is very real for all of us here.
That shit, your crying don't sound real.
We're not just a story. We're not just headlines.
You're just an actor.
Fights. We're people. People with
terrible
them.
Actor.
Police with lives.
Stupid, delighting ass nigga.
With people waiting for us at home. There's a lot of uncertainty, and that's the hardest part. All we want right now.
I haven't seen a fake cry this good since Erica Kirk.
Yeah,
Here we go. And is he really on that cruise ship?
No,
Is
none
he?
of it's true. He's not a person. He doesn't have a family. He's not on the cruise ship. He's at home, an underground base with lizard people.
Let's watch.
To feel safe, to have clarity.
Okay, you want to know?
Underground. He could be on Epstein Island. He could be on that bitch touching little girls and no boys. I forgot that nigga. The way that nigga sound now, he ain't dealing with no girls. He dealing with boys.
Who he is?
Yeah.
Who he is Jake Rose.
Yeah. Amalekite? Is he? Could it be?
Marin. He's a freelance photographer. Jake Rosemarin Photography, Emory University, Boston, Massachusetts. But here's the part he doesn't tell you. He was an intern at the Jerusalem
I'm guessing, yeah, he's a small hatter.
Center for Public Affairs from 2016 to
a small hatter bitch.
August 20, from June to
A bitch of a small hatter.
August 2016, 3 months, Jerusalem District, Israel. He performed standard research collection and analysis using a variety of online databases, assisted in videography, recording, and editing of interviews and political analysis, responsible for posting and monitoring web articles written by field experts. So here's his sister. There are no coincidences here. His sister, Rachel Rosemarin, works for a firm that specializes in public health emergency preparedness. They're pushing for the next fake global pandemic to make big pharma and themselves more money. Nothing but liars and shill scam artists. She's the managing associate at Recovery Division, Haggerty Consulting, MPH Global Health. So this Hantavirus, by the way, is bullshit. Come see me on tour in Tulsa.
Yeah, but hey, you never know. They could make it real. I mean, people got those vaccine shots. They can be used as that pestilence. And also what's going to create more pestilence is when sanitation. When sanitation systems fail in the cities. Because everything's locked down, shut down, no power, all that shit. Guess what? They're going to let the poop rise up and out the sewers, and they're going to be in your apartments, your houses, whatever. Ooh, and oh yeah, trash not being thrown away and disposed of properly, be thrown out in the streets. People going to be throwing their boo-boo out the windows, and But you gonna have your rain. You know what they said, the invention of a rain, what is it called? Not the rain jacket, but the umbrella. I forgot where was it. The umbrella came from somewhere in Europe somewhere. I think it was in UK. I don't know. But people are throwing doo-doo their waste out the window and they'll have umbrellas. The umbrellas were invented just for that. So the shit won't land on you. And that's funny thing how they say they don't have they got the pot to piss in and you don't have a window to throw it out. And you wonder where that came from. When them crackers out there that goddamn shitting in a bucket and throwing that waste out the window. They ain't had no proper sewage system. Yep. Anyway, let's get to the last one. More pestilence.
Well, I hate to say it, but the hantavirus is not going away. According to multiple reports just this morning, we are now learning of more possible infections. That is a huge problem. But on top of that, we're also getting warnings from experts saying that what we are seeing right now regarding the hantavirus isn't even the peak of it. We are likely going to see this spread because of heat. Yeah, but look at this. This is a video from about 4 months ago. Watch this.
A quick heads up for San Diego residents. The county just confirmed its first hantavirus detection of the year.
That was from the beginning of January. But yet, nobody was talking about the hantavirus until recently because of the ship that had people dying on it. That is a concern. Again, this has been around. It's very...
Let me go back to that.
Beginning of January.
Because
of heat. Yeah, but look at this. This is a video from about 4 months ago. Watch this.
A quick heads up for San Diego residents. The county just confirmed its first hantavirus detection of the year.
That was from the beginning of January. That came back from the MV Hondius. They are isolating them for 6 weeks. The United States is not.
And why is it 6 weeks? Anyway.
The concern. But look at this. Sacramento County resident may have been exposed to hantavirus on a plane, according to health officials. We learned that this morning. Yeah, again, more problems. Look at this one as well. The CDC says one Oregon resident possibly exposed to hantavirus. But here's the issue. The people that came back from the MV Hondius, they were sent, there was, 16 that were sent to Nebraska, to the Omaha quarantine unit. The other two, which is a couple, they went to Georgia. But there were 32 other people that were let off the MV Hondius back in April.
I ain't gonna play no more of this. You wanna watch the rest of it, they go to title of the video, they go to channel. Because I'm already 1 hour in with this video. Let me end it with this, because see, okay. Let me see. What is it, second and third one? That's gonna affect the food. Because you got the ticks, and the ticks get on to the cows, and the cows get sick off the ticks. And then you got the bird flu, where you're going to have chickens, turkeys, and whatever lawful birds going to die because of the flu, supposedly. Well, it's the flu. Really, they just want to kill off all animals. And even if they're not sick, if they're not affected by a flu or virus, so-called virus, they still want to kill them. And that's going to create a famine. Let me get to, I'll read this one. Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 15. The sword is without, and pestilence, and the famine within. He that's in the field shall die with the sword. Yeah, and that be people that's out there in the sticks, out there in the field, the countryside. They're gonna be killing each other. And he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. So famine and pestilence in the city, people gonna be in the city, gonna be dying off. Yep, getting sick, dying off of famine, pestilence. What else? But they escaped us, and there was a sackcloth harbor shall cover them in their face. No, that's not, I don't need to read that. Let me see what else we got. Let me just get one more scripture about pestilence. I need to go outside and pick up the dog mess. Yeah, it's been a while since I did that. Let me see. Matthew chapter 24 verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines. Yep. And pestilence. And earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So going to be a lot of pain, suffering, and shit. Hey man, I just pray the Lord have mercy on me. You better do the same thing for yourself. Man, I didn't even think it would be this long. This video, it's an hour long. Past an hour. What is it, like an hour and 5 minutes? Oh, almost 10. Let me go ahead and wrap it up, man. But I hope this video will be edifying, informing, and decent. And it makes you want to fear the Lord and seek Him and repent. But that's all I got to say. But yeah, seek the Lord by seeking His prophets and take heed what to say and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shem Shah by praying Yahweh Shem Shah, praising Yahweh Shem Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shem Shah, fearing Yahweh Shem Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shem Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shem Shah, stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shem Shah, stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order. Yahweh Shem Shah. Peace and bless to the hopeful elect, and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.